My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here. Cool fool people, it's not my money. All right, next tweet. So King Charles has been privately paying for non-working royals and drew £3 million security bill, apparent allowance, but non-working royal Prince Harry is not allowed to pay for his own security. What a legacy. Alright, so there's that. I think I read this. During my investigation, I saw the lease which Andrew holds. However, I also found that the king gives Andrew well in excess of £4 million a year to live there, including an estimated £3 million security bill, and he no longer thinks it is appropriate use of his private fund. The king is proposed to continue support both Andrew and his former wife Sarah Ferguson, with whom the Duke lives at Royal Lodge from his own pocket, but at the more modest Frogmore Cottage, the former home of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They all are baggage for God. Okay, wait. Wasn't Harry told that he can pay for his own security, but the king can pay for Randy Andy's security? Why can't the king buy police protection if no one can buy it? Okay, it's clearly possible for many to buy security. King, football club, American celeb, he is being stopped from getting the thing they think will force him into returning. Okay, we see what's happening. All right. What is it? There was one celebrity who was getting married and had to hire police, when she was getting married. I don't know what happened here. Okay, and they claim, it's so freaking, let's just say, baggage for God, because it's uncalled for, being petty like that. He also refused to pay Meghan's anything. That's that. Doesn't it need massive renovation? Andrew will turn it over, and Chuck, nah, who are we kidding? The taxpayers will have to foot an 8-figure renovation bill. They're gonna make the taxpayers pay for it. By the way, they're only doing this because Harry is going to win eventually, and this will all come out in court document 15 hours. Okay. This is new. What is happening? Court document. The next thing that is coming up with with court is Harry with the tabloid. Is there something else that I'm not aware of? Let me click on that. There's 3 comments. Turn her into what? What the let's just black. This is freaking ridiculous. I should have put the picture of Kate and the yacht girl. I don't know anything about it. Remove the German royal family from the UK payroll. Okay, as far as Andrew is concerned, Charles can kick rocks. He's leaving his mansion to go live in a small cottage. His ego and environment will never allow it. He was raised that way and won't change now. He knows where the bodies are buried for leverage. Okay, not surprised by his sperm donor's choice. This also means that Willie is still after Royal Lodge, surely. Right, and the award for worst father on earth goes to King Charles III. The nun's disgraced non-working uncle gets security, a literal palace, and $5 million a year. Brilliant. Harry will be his entire legacy. LOL. Last I heard, Andy was refusing to move. That's what I heard. This is an old story. I don't know if this is brand new story they're revamping again, but I've heard that story before. All right, next tweet. Okay, this is how they like their relatives, broke, financially dependent, and controllable, to be tossed around on their whim, knowing they have nowhere to go. I'm no fan of Andrew, but he has a list. This is the life path, and Willie had planned for Harry. Alright, so is this the same thing that I read? Exclusive, the king wants the Duke of York out of Royal Lodge, his 30-room mansion, but Prince Andrew refuses to budge. Now the king threatened to cut the funding he gives his brother. Read my investigation here into the siege of Royal Lodge. This system needs to be replaced with something better. I mean, with all the money he's receiving, if he had saved it and buy something completely outside, he would. Okay, if Charles decided to take the mansion, he would have something else. That was something I read a while back, where, and was it Andrew who had something and then sold it, and then the person who bought it pretty much demolished it. I don't remember, but anyway, that's a different story. Okay, however, he grew up in a system that is very abusive, hostile, and toxic. I totally agree with you. What's the point of signing leases then if they can just be discarded at whim? It's an abusive system, alright? Alright, I'm not a fan of Andrew, but what on earth does Charles need with Royal Lodge? He does appear to be a vindictive, mean, and spiteful old man. It's really who wants it. Alright, there's that. The queen's two elder children having a bonny now that mommy and daddy ain't there. A family disaster. This was always going to be the delayed state of tension, turmoil, and titillation and the waiting. Afro Annie, that's Anne, Afro Annie and Fiesta's men know what awaits their children. That's why I'm so thrilled Harry and Meghan got out of that cesspit. This is crazy. Okay, yep, it's why half in and half out was rejected. Charles absolutely cannot allow anyone to be financially independent of the Windsor pocketbook. Do as I command or you cut off. Doesn't matter if it's a fair or not. No one is defending Andrew, but a list is supposed to be binding. Okay, my thought exactly. Honestly, Harry had a list too, with the Frogmore, and then the amount of money they spent. Oh my god, this is sick. At some point this need to common needs to strike these people. This is so unfair. Honestly, I think Charles did Harry a favor. I get the impression that Harry could have lived under his dad's rule had he not pulled this nonsense, but will suffer more under William's rule because of his anger and violence. Nah, Charles is abusive too. What kind of a father leaks their son's location to the tabloid then pulls their security? Apparently, having the title of king and second in line aren't enough. Families should always feel pressured and slightly crushed under their thumbs. This is crazy. Not to mention the 5 or 6 other homes Willie already have. Okay, after this, that's it. You have all the wealth in this world that is impossible to spend for how many lifetime, and you can't afford to share it with your family. What a selfish man. That's what I'm saying. I think people like him is unhappy because there is no happiness in getting or in having, but only in giving. Well said. Then Andrew threatened to write a book if he was evicted. Andy, if anyone, certainly has a lot of inside information that Charles and Camilla will not want to be made public. Interesting. And then at this point, I don't think Andrew should give a shit anymore because they already know his main secret. Okay? Especially with the Virginia Godfrey thing. So, who could tap this? Alright, next tweet, and this is my last one. They really need Royal Lodge vacant so that Kate Middleton can have a palatial estate of her own. It's so I mean, if they're gonna give her that, and then it's still under the institution, what's the point? Because at some point, the next person who comes, I don't know, I guess her children, I guess she'll be okay for a while when you think about it. You have the husband who probably will be okay, or otherwise other thing will happen, and then the next one in line is her child, so she'll be okay. And by that time of, what's the son, George grandkids become, then yeah, she's probably will be secure for a while, for her lifetime. Yeah, so I can understand. I was gonna say what happened if the next one come and then they kick her out, but they all related to her, so she should be okay, I think, because these people, when they do things, it's crazy. They do crazy stuff to families, so who knows. Anyway, let's get back to this. They really need Royal Lodge vacant so that Kate Middleton can have a palatial estate of her own. It's so serious that they are booting out Prince Andrew from Royal Lodge and giving him the shabby little slave quarters they made Harry and Meghan pay $2 million for. Alright, so what is this now? Exclusive. Okay, that's the same thing that I read. Okay, the king is proposing to continue supporting both Andrew and his former wife, Sarah Ferguson, with whom the Duke lives at Royal Lodge from his own pocket, but at the more modest Frogmore Cottage, the former home of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So, I know they divorced, but they still live together. What was the point of them divorcing? At the latest episode of Princess Without a Palace, the Kate Middleton divorce negotiation seems to be advancing. Oh, so is she still alive? Okay, we shall see. At some point, she needs to come out. Or at least that's what the British media is hinting at. Blues Clues, Royal Style, X.com. There's that here. Okay. Kate Middleton and Prince William's plan for secret home that is vital for her cancer recovery. So a home will make cancer all better? My goodness. The Prince and Princess of Wales are said to be considering plans to renovate and extend a little known red brick annex next to their Adele cottage, I guess. This is another hit piece to make her seem like she's still part of the conversation. I don't know. She may not even be alive, allegedly. This is the exchange to get her to play ball. Could be. I don't know. Some time ago, I hope she knows her worth. That's all I'm saying. I hope she knows her worth, because she had put up with shit, too much shit with this institution. But they did absolutely nothing to, I don't know. We shall see. If she is alive, I hope she knows her worth, especially seeing how Harry and Meghan are living their lives. If she could pull off something like that, power to her. Some time ago, I saw an explanation that Frogmore is within the Windsor security cordon, so Charles wouldn't have to shell out extra for Andrew's security. It's all about money. I hope Andrew continues to refuse to move. No mommy to solve this one. Alright, that's a link here. They need to make their mind up. 1 minute she is recovering well and visiting shops. The next she needs a house to help aid her recovery. Which version is true? The version that is she's still part of the conversation. That's all it is. The Sussexes never had to pay back that money. Were very naive to do so. Well, the thing is that is true. That is true. They didn't have to. But they thought, because what the tabloid was hinting, so many things is popping up in my mind with this. Okay? First thing is, they thought if they pay back that money, because the tabloid was making it seem like because they were receiving taxpayers' money, therefore they should get into their private life. So as a result of that, they said, we're paying it back so you could leave us alone. This was the whole thing, because Harry and Meghan wanted to control their private life. And public, they're doing things for the firm. Take as many pictures you want. You ask us question, we'll answer whatever question. But the private part, this is where the thing was. The private part, they wanted to control it. But the tabloid refused to give them that separation at all. And then their family was not even giving a hint to help. Now we know the family was part of the issues as well. They were fueling, putting gas into the fire, fueling the royal rats to go after them. This part is very true. They didn't have to pay for it. But at least it opened their eyes. This is the part we need to understand. As much as it's very painful to see that they had to do that, it cost them that much. It opened their eyes to see what was the next thing. All these, I think it was test for them. God was putting them on a test for their core values, to see if they're truly worthy of what awaits them. Okay? They didn't know. They wanted to stay. They wanted to help the institution. They even said it in the open interview.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened. But I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work. And we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
With
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
They wanted to stay and help the firm. But each time they resolve one issue, the royal rats, the family, create another one. So the best thing that they had to do eventually was to leave at the help of the brother who hired what's the guy, Simon Case, to help push them out. So they take it. They make the best of the decision that the firm made for them. And now we see they could thrive because they are hard workers. They are people with ideas, ambition, and values, and understanding, and all of that. So they're making the best of it. So all of this, the paying for the Fragmore, I understand, is very naive of them, but it helps them to open their eyes to see who were their enemies, who were on their side. This is the cost of that. So as they move forward, it creates something in their brain to say, from this point on, this is the way we have to move forward. We cannot do this. It's a lesson for them to learn. Yes, this person is 100% right. But the tabloid made it seem like it's because they're receiving taxpayers' money. And then now we learn. There was none of that. Charles didn't even want to pay for them. I mean, this is a huge baggage. The people in every corners that you turn to look at different things in every angle is pure evil. It's evil in every corners that the institution, the firm, the family does. It's evil after evil after evil. Okay? That building was top of the list for renovation. Will have been renovated anyway. Yes, all of that. Okay, but let's not forget the issues around it, because the tabloid, Harry and Meghan, I think they were someplace. I don't know if it was Fragmore. I think it's a place that they rented for a while or something like that. But the tabloids still find ways to take pictures of their bedroom. Okay, their bedroom. Just think about that. What happened in a bedroom? Okay, why do the public needs to see that? Nobody needs to see that. Okay, these are the issues that happen around that topic, paying for the Fragmore. Okay, and thought that after they paid, they will leave them alone, but instead they create another issue. I don't know what was the next issue. Once they solved that, there was another issue. So I don't know. The Sussexes never had to pay back that money, were very naive to do so. That building was top of the list for renovation. Will have been renovated anyway. I wouldn't have given a penny. Plus they pay market rent. I would have taken out everything I put in on living. I don't know. You could have, but I don't know. Alright. But let's just say at that time, Harry and Meghan did what was best for them. For them at that time. They thought that will resolve one problem, but instead it create another one. Alright, but now we know why they do what they are doing now. So we have a better understanding. Okay? What do they mean matters? Fragmore. I thought everyone said how greedy Harry and Meghan were when they were there. They're all a baggage for God. All of Meghan's money and vision just to hand it over to Andrew and Sarah trash. Again, they move on. Harry and Meghan don't hold. I do not know how they feel about it. They must have been very angry, knowing Meghan is a very hard worker. Every penny that she has, she worked her butt off for it. I do not know how she feels about that, but at least the peace of mind. She has her prince. Thank God her prince love her back. They have the family. And then Meghan was setting boundary as she moved forward. Okay? With Harry himself. If you want a family, don't do this to me. Okay? If you want this, don't do that. If you want to raise a family, we cannot move on like this. So Meghan was setting her boundary. And Harry understand that. And Harry understand that Meghan did not take him as the prince. Okay? Meghan saw Harry as freaking Harry in front of her. Okay? A human being. You acting stupid in front of me? I don't like that. Don't do this. If you want a family, I do not want this kind of behavior. So Meghan was setting boundaries. And Harry wanted that. someone, I don't know how Harry wanted whatever it is, but knowing Meghan wasn't putting up with BS, so he changed. Okay, he changed because he wanted her. So now they're living their best life. I mean, I cannot say, I guess it was meant to be. Let's just say it was meant to be. Any well-minded people or anybody will understand Harry's situation, living situation right now. After all this stuff that happened in the past, anybody will understand why they are the way they are. It then comes just like that. Okay? When looking back at Meghan's way of life, looking at some of the things the squad share regarding Tig and her IG, Meghan was willing to share so much. The things that the royal rats were pleading for, Meghan was about that, but at her own discretion, at her own way. And when you look at the docuseries, can you imagine if the royal rats were not that intrusive, how much content we would have gotten from Harry and Meghan? Just imagine, from Meghan's past. Can you imagine? And Meghan even said it in the Oprah interview about the privacy thing. Life is about sharing what you're comfortable of sharing.
Shouldn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's two things here.
That's part of the deal.
Two things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right? And we're not talking about anything that anybody else wouldn't expect. So if you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. That's fantastic. Can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child?" You go, "No, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you." And then if they double down and say, "No, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything." You know what? I'm just going to hire someone to sit in front of your house or hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you've lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me. That's sort of the flawed argument and its operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with.
So we would have been seeing so much. They will enjoy their lives privately to the best of their capability, to the amount of time they enjoyed it, and then once they finish enjoy it, and then whatever pictures they took at that time, they finish cherish it and do whatever, and then they go through their books of images or whatever. And now Mason would have been taking pictures. They go over it. Okay, let's share this one with the public, let's share that one with the public, let's share this. Okay, that would have been at their own control, but the royal rats did not want to give them that chance to enjoy the moment at their own discretion, at their own time. They want to be part of it while they're living it. It's not possible. Because if, for instance, Meghan is doing a party, okay, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking of their wedding because they did not want the royal rats at their wedding. Okay, you at a party and then you bring in camera with you. You will not truly enjoy that party the best way you would have because you'll be there's certain things you will not do because you know people's gonna see it. Okay, but when there's no camera, whatever, your friends could have their pictures or whatever, but you know, you enjoying the moment with your friends, and then those things would have been private. And then once you finish enjoy the moment, and then at your own discretion, whatever pictures you took, oh, this is that time I was doing this. Yes, you could share this picture with the public. You could do this. So all in all, we understand why they the way they are. They are living their lives now, and then we understand why. At least I do. I don't know if everybody does. Why they had to pay Fragmore. Yes, it is very mean of what the family did to them. It was unnecessary, but you could see the family did not want them to have the peace of mind that they want. Okay, so now after paying that money, they understand the tactic of the institution, of the family and everything. Look at this. Meghan don't even step in the UK. Through the flight of going to Nigeria, she stayed in the airport and then wait for her husband and then fly to Nigeria. Okay, so we could understand. So let's move on. I went off with that. And that was my last tweet. So let me read some more and then that's it. All of Meghan's money and vision just to hand it over to Andrew and Sarah and Trash. Again, it depends on how Meghan feels now. Maybe she's not holding, because if you hold so much grudge, you will not move forward. I think she's done with it. It's very sad to see this is how it end up. She worked her butt off for every penny she has, and then this happened. So move on. Okay, just leave it alone. Chucky and doing nothing to Andrew, and Andy going to tell where all the body buried. Do you realize that Wells shows the historic Adele cottage? They were not forced there, and the couple have the option of many other properties on the estate as grand, one being Windsor Castle itself. Nothing will top that, not even Royal Lodge. Okay, so that's it. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Oh my goodness, look at this. If you look at the beginning of this video, how much that was there, now it's back to 200. Back to 200. How? I don't know. And this video, you know, when I'm gonna refresh it, you're gonna see it makes that little bubble thing here. That's because it has reached a record. More people have watched it since it debuted in comparison to other videos. So people are watching my thing. The money is going up and then back down again. I don't know. There must be, instead of plus on my revenue, there's a minus. Okay, certain percentage after a certain amount, minus certain percentage. I don't know. I really don't know. Just look at the beginning of the video. See how much I had. I think it was $220 and change or something like that. Now it's back to $209. How the hell did I? But anyway, so that's that. $11. But anyway, that's that. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.